I'm a fool.
Well, yes.
Feeling unsatisfied by season 4 of The Traitors? You're not alone. Today, I'm ranking the top 3 reasons this season flopped. Stay tuned for reason number 1 and sound off in the comments. Reason number 3, the secret traitor that wasn't. The show introduced a secret traitor twist, which is a great idea, but the execution was awful.
I think it was a flop for them to choose Donna. I think that they thought they were doing something interesting, like, oh, Taylor Swift's mother-in-law, this will be interesting. And I just think choosing the secret traitor to be someone who is just like, this is not their realm at all, was a big mistake, and also was why it fizzled out so quickly.
I think the secret traitor should have been kept a secret from the audience as well, because then we could have gone in on the fun of figuring out who it might be. I think it would have been such an amazing twist to have the audience and the traitors discover who the secret traitor was at the same time. But instead, we just got secret traitor gets voted out. Rob turns on the other traitors. Boring. Traitor on traitor violence. And oh my God, what a surprise. An attractive man who everybody, for some reason, is obsessed with, even though I'm not saying he's ugly. I'm definitely not saying he's ugly, but he's not like, oh my God, this guy's so hot. He can do whatever he wants to me.
Them doing the rewind to be like, oh, secretly walking around the house in a red cape. I'm like, this is uninteresting.
I think it would have been fun if maybe the secret traitor was a gamer. I would have loved to just like see more from like, I don't know, Rob C, for example. Monet! That would be amazing.
Oh, Monet would have been great as a secret traitor. Reason number 2, banishing the brightest stars.
So we have talked about it so much in other podcasts, but Monet, Tiffany, Portia, Caroline, Jam, like Candiace, of course, and I would say Lisa to a point. These bigger personalities didn't even make it halfway into the season. And the people who the audience had the most excitement for going into the season were out by like the 6th episode, which was like the 3rd week of the show. So it was just uninteresting, disappointing episode after episode. And part of that is just the nature of the game. But for this season, it was just so stark compared to others. Like in episode 7, I was listening to commentary from Kristen and Tara, and I'm like, how did we get here?
Oh my God, the worst thing it could be is be boring. You didn't come all the way to this beautiful castle and then be like a painting on the wall? No way.
If someone called me boring, you're not hurting my feelings.
Even the finale, like there was like 3 different moments where they cut the episode with Maura about to show her vote. Like, oh my gosh, she's gonna do the vote that might change the game. And every single time she did what you expected her to do, which was vote with Rob. This is the most interesting thing that you have. And it's like, it's not. We know she's gonna go to the end with Rob. We knew that. So it's just disappointing.
And here is the number 1 reason this season flopped.
I'm definitely a bold leader.
Wrong!
Casting too many followers.
I feel like at the beginning of this season, we heard Natalie say after Portia got banished, why did we all just go along? And after that, I should have just turned off my TV and stopped watching, because she predicted the rest of the season perfectly. When you take a bunch of sheep and have them being led by some of the worst people in our society, what do you think you're going to get? You're just going to get the same thing that happens in the real world replicated on my TV. Also, I just feel like in casting abusive men, you're telling those people that their behavior, both inside and outside of TV shows, doesn't matter. It still makes them hireable. It still makes them castable. And it normalizes their behavior to the point where all these other people in the room also feel like it's okay to continue to engage with those people and follow their lead. Oh my gosh, pick-me's of every kind. In fact, there were the pick-me's that wanted to be close to the men, the pick-me's that wanted to be close to the white men. I mean, that was pretty much everything, actually. I would feel like they just wanted to be part of the group instead of playing the game. And I think that's the really insidious thing about this game, that in part of why bias does have such a strong hold on the outcome of this game, is that there's so many people cast this season that just wanted to be liked, loved, and cherished by a beautiful white man. And I think that is also fascism indicator. I think the person that probably annoyed me the most was Natalie, because at the beginning of this season, I was so excited to see her on my screen. I had heard so many amazing things about what an individual she was. So to watch her be ultimately such a sheep and then only come alive at the end once she herself was being targeted, it was infuriating and it was boring. And I was just like, go away. whether they'll admit it or not, Traitors production knows that this season was a flop too, and we can look to the reunion to see that. The amount of filler material on that reunion that was required in order for them to fill the time slot of the show just to keep our attention, just to waste our time, because there was no substance to fill it with. What was it? Love Highland and all the little they just had all these little in between videos and stuff that were truly meaningless fluff. And if it was a good season, then we would have been able to fill the full hour with discussion about what happened that season. But instead we got, Rob, are you single? Maura, are you single? You're both hot and we really want you guys to be together.
And they didn't even get Ian Sterling, the actual voice narrator from Love Island. I was like, it's on the same network and you couldn't even get him?
Seriously, I literally was thinking the same thing.
I think Rob is the best traitor.
Wrong answer, forehead.
Like, I wonder if AI cast and wrote this show.
I want to hear from you. Which of these 3 reasons hurt the season most? Rank them in the comments and tell me which reality TV show you want me to cover next. Bye!